So what we're discussing, or what we have an opportunity to discuss is, so what's appearing, so what's happening, what's arising, what the senses are saying is freedom. And full stop. It's all there is, freedom. Now, the deepest desire, what's truly longed for, is freedom. So then the question arises, what's this meeting about? Because there is no separation between the freedom desired and the freedom that is. It's the same thing. So why are we talking about it? Well, there happens to be this freedom appears as an experience of, you could say, I am, the self, a me, a knower. It's literally a tension in the body that arises that makes everything move away. So I'm here and everything else is there. It's the experience of the appearance, or what's happening, as being real. And that experience makes the appearance no longer free. It's not really not free, but the experience is it's not free. That's the experience. And then the knower wants to know that it's free. So it's in a small little loop of trying to find what can't be lost. It's a small loop of trying to find what is already. And it hides through the experience of wanting to know it. It hides through the experience of that something needs to happen, meaning something needs to be known that isn't known, that will then bring about or become the freedom that's truly longed for. Now, all of that is freedom. There's nothing but freedom. And that experience that it needs to be known, or something needs to happen, is an illusion. So it doesn't actually ever end. That experience of needing to know never finds a solution. It never collapses, it never falls away. It's seen, possibly, that it never happened, that there is only freedom, and this is that. There is no separation. There isn't anything to find. This is that freedom. There is nothing else. Hey, Jim.
Hey,
Hey.
yes. This is so great. Yeah, yesterday I just in the conversation showed up. Is this and the it said it's just freedom taking liberties.
Hmm.
I just thought that was a funny statement.
Yeah.
So it was just freedom taking liberties,
Yeah.
which means a contraction. It's
Right.
amazing.
Right.
Yeah. So you said a kind of a pushing away,
Yeah.
and so so in a sense, there's not an everywhereness or a not, or nowhereness or a not here-ness or any of that kind of thing. How is it? show up? How does it appear to
The,
happen?
the experience when it shows up, there's a tension in the body that you could call it awareness or consciousness. That seems to be separation. That's the experience of separation, the experience of two.
And so, okay, so even things that show up like mind chatter is just whatever it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. There is no two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even a dream or sleeping and waking, when you're dreaming or at night, go to bed and go to sleep and you wake up and it's the same thing.
Well, if you wake up, that's separation.
I see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just waking up, right?
Yeah, there's just waking up. Nobody
Just,
wakes up.
yeah, right. Okay. Just waking up as a, right. Okay. As a non-localized experience, right?
No, no, it's actually not an experience.
Right. I understand, but go ahead.
Experience is part of the separate experience, is part of separation.
Mm-hmm.
Experience only happens when there's that movement of away, that movement of apartness.
Ah,
There isn't, but that's an illusion. There isn't actually separation.
right. No, I get that.
Hmm.
I like, yeah. Mm. Movement away. I think I like, yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Great, thanks. I'm listening to the introduction and now what you're saying to Jim, and the thoughts are going through my head. I so desperately want to know what this is that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's how the me apparently keeps itself separate, by trying to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not separate, but that's the experience. So you'll never find wholeness because there isn't any separation. It's an illusion.
And that sense of feeling separate can just drop at any moment for no reason.
Or seen to never have been.
And there's no build-up or process.
Well, it seems to be different for everyone. The reports I get are different, but there seems to be actually a lessening or an unraveling.
Yeah.
Which seems to have seems causeless, like you can't put your finger on it. And of course, the end of it is not really recognizable because there isn't any. It's not a drama. It's just simply, oh, ha. That's about it. Oh, this is freedom. Oh.
It sounds bizarre because it seems so rare. Well, obviously, it's very rare that this is spoken about. And obviously, like you said to me before, we don't know how many other people apparently die that you just don't hear anything from them.
No, why would they say anything? The last thing you'd want to do is to listen to somebody going on the "I'm no me."
So it's just not special and it's on dramatic, the apparent.
It's the end of being special.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, William. So I think Ethan is next. Hello, Ethan.
Hi. So I've noticed that in your, I guess, message or lack thereof, you seem to emphasize the fact that your realization consummated in, I guess, unknowing, right? You talk about how it's the end of knowing.
Yeah.
But other times I'll see, speakers or teachers like yourself say that even though there's no subject behind every object, there can still be seeing, thinking, and perceiving.
Yeah.
And if there are those things, wouldn't that also require a type of knowing, I guess?
Not as a fundamental. I mean, this still knows how to make hamburgers, which is a great thing. But that's unknowing appearing as the how to make hamburgers.
So I guess then unknowing can appear as knowing.
Yeah, but not fundamental knowing. See, what I'm talking about when I talk about unknowing is it's a fundamental experience of I am. A basic sort of solidity of here-ness. That's the center of this happening. That is the illusion. There isn't a real center of the happening, the center knowing that puts it all together in a story called my life. That's an illusion. This is just happening without any knower.
And I mean, that's a very interesting perspective to take, because I know
nobody takes it. You can't take that perspective. That would be knowing. This isn't an exercise or a philosophy.
I mean, because there was a, I guess you could call him a philosopher. His name was Nagarjuna, who did, speak about things that at least, sounded very similar to your non-message. But, he would claim that there are two types of truth. There's an ultimate truth and a conventional truth.
Yeah.
And it seems like from your non-perspective, right? There just is no conventional or relative truth.
Well, it depends on what he meant by conventional truth. If he meant there's facts, if that's what he meant, then of course there seems to be apparent facts. But I wouldn't call unknowing a truth. Because it's not a fixed position. It's not like the truth. It's the recognition that facts are unknowing appearing as facts. So there's no separation. There aren't, in the end, there's just not two, because there isn't a subject to know of any object.
So if there's no subject to know of any object, then there's no way to know about, enlightenment at all then, right?
You got it, man.
Okay. I mean, that's unfortunate for the mind.
No. It's unfortunate for the one that feels like it needs to be special and needs to realize something special.
Exactly.
Which is the trap of the experience of feeling separate. But there is no need. That need comes out of the illusory experience that something was actually lost. Somebody ate from the tree of knowledge and something seemed to be lost. But it's just an illusion. There isn't anything lost. That's the trap. The trap is that something needs to happen to find what was lost. That never does happen. It doesn't happen. The need falls away or collapses. It's never satisfied because there's nothing that's needed. It's already done.
It's just like the craziest part is that, the mind immediately can't hear, or can't comprehend what you're saying, and it immediately rejects it in order to, maintain its dominance. Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, is it possible to, maybe hear this message over and over and then just one day get it? Or is it
totally or never? But actually nobody ever gets it. I mean, literally nobody gets it, because that's the whole point of the message. The point is that if there's a apparent process, so this message doesn't come out as the as the result of a process. The message is the recognition there are no processes. Nothing leads to this. It's only the dream of the me that thinks there's some need that needs to be fulfilled. It doesn't get fulfilled. It dies.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Ethan.
Yeah.
Zachary, hey, man.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
You mentioned before that I think what you said is only the apparent illusory self has experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I mean, don't you? I mean, even though there's no you there, there's no you here. Don't you have experience? I mean, you're listening.
No, nobody has experience. I mean, you can call it experience if you want to. It's just a word, but nobody has it.
Oh, okay.
There's no real separation. But when we're going to get into trouble here, because you're going to think experience and consciousness and awareness have some relationship, have something to do with this. And really, those are just forms of knowing. So I think it's clearer to say there's no experience, because there's no experiencer happening. There seems to be what's going on. It's just not going on for anyone. It's not going on as a knowing. It's just going on. And that, not really. It only seems to be going on.
Okay.
But as it's not going on for anyone, it's not really going on.
Yeah, all right. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Zachary. Jason.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jason.
Nice to see you again.
And you?
So there's a self here, and it's quite a burden being a self, and it seems like it's getting to be more burdensome.
Oh,
I'm more aware of it. And,
no.
And on some level, I get that is freedom, right? It's like the freedom, anything that appears is free to appear, right? So I'm
No. It's not,
okay.
It's not because it appears that it's free. That's more in the direction of unconditional love. It's just simply freedom appearing. The entire happening is just unbounded unfixedness.
Cool. Okay, you threw that love word in there, and I got derailed from hearing. There's no because. Okay.
No, freedom isn't separate. Freedom is not separate. So there's no way to put it back together. It's just everything. It's just already free.
Okay. Mind blown again.
Yeah.
I just can't even carry on a conversation when we get into this.
No, really, but that's true, isn't it?
There's still this like personal desire for personal freedom, right? The experience of freedom.
Yeah.
Like that goes on no matter what else seems to happen.
Oh no, when there's no one, there's no desire for personal freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
But there is someone right now here.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I give a different topic altogether?
Yeah.
Okay. This thing about being a person and feeling threat, like personal threat,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I hear you and others talk a lot about seeking and knowing, but I don't hear much about threat or feeling threatened.
Yeah.
Like as a part of being a self.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, the self, as you call it, feels like it needs to be in control. And sometimes it even has the feeling that it is in control. And it feels very threatened when it feels like it's not in control. Death is the biggest problem for me, actually, for the self.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the end of control. It's the end of what it says is its experience.
Yeah.
And of course, that sort of falls away in a very real way when there's no one left. There's no need to control. There's actually the recognition is no one is in control. It's not substantive enough to be controlled. This is so wild, so free that it couldn't. See, control would suggest that there's a real last moment, a real this moment, and a real next moment. But really, there's just complete freshness. There's just complete newness. There's nowhere to control anything from because there's just the fresh newness, the apparent freedom.
Okay, I'm just having such a hard time hearing what you're saying today. So I'm gonna check out. I hope this goes on YouTube, so at least I can listen to it again. Maybe I can hear it then. Thank you.
Thanks, man. So Johan.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Johan.
How are you?
Good. You?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think you're talking to, maybe it was William earlier.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, it was about like, kind of the self like drop gradually, basically. And you said it could be a lessening.
Yeah.
Or I sort of like struggle to see, like maybe I'm making more of it than you said. Just imagining that like you get less me.
Yeah, that can happen.
And then no me.
Well, or maybe not. Maybe just a less me.
Yeah, like it seems like that could like be infinite in a way like this.
It could be. Well, not infinite because the body dies and then the whole story dies.
Yeah. But what I mean is like I just I can't see like how this lessening could just lead to a falling away.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really.
Okay.
It's just a dream process. It's just part of the dream of me, a lessening of me. Because in the end, there never was a me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's almost like a different. I don't know. I just feel like you mentioned that at some point, like it's like this horizontal thing. That's the dream.
Yeah, totally.
There's this immediate like.
Yeah, but there isn't even this really.
Right.
There's nothing to point to.
Yeah. I had this like earlier this afternoon, I was just like playing guitar and then there was this like kind of complicated tune. I was trying to play like finger picking, whatever. And then it was just going along fine. And then somehow like I feel like I got in the way, Yeah. I just suddenly, so there was just this playing music and then suddenly it's like, oh shit, like what am I doing? Like what's the next chord? Then it all fell apart, obviously, because like as soon as you start thinking about it, like, and then I was just wondering, like, it's definitely like the feeling that I showed up.
Yeah.
Sort of got in the way of playing music.
Totally.
I was wondering then, like, if the moment before there was a me or not.
Totally. No, probably not.
Because, like, for it to show up, or is it like maybe I was just doing something else?
It doesn't really matter, but you could just think that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's a very inconsistent state.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like throughout the day, you mean?
Well, yeah, it's sort of a schizophrenia. It's all over the place.
Yeah. So there would be like moments and they were just not there at all.
Easily.
Oh yeah. Okay. And then going back to this you started this talk with like desire or longing. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But, what is it that we want or that I want? Like
well, you want a better experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what me wants. Me wants to have a better experience because it thinks if it has enough of those, it'll find fulfillment. But what's truly desired is freedom from the need to have a better experience, or the absence of that need, which is the absence of separation, which is the absence of I am.
Yeah, because I feel like I've always wanted freedom. That's kind of the term I would use.
Yeah, totally.
But
just
in
for
a way,
me, just for the individual, it's freedom to be what it wants, or to do what it wants, or to have what it wants. It always is in relationship to it. And the freedom we're talking about is not in relationship.
It's not the same.
It has nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense, there's no relationship between the two. At the same time, the desire for freedom is freedom appearing as the desire for freedom.
Yeah.
There is only unconditional freedom.
Okay. So, because sometimes I feel like there's this mixing up of, like, you know, in my case, of like wanting and longing. And it's just like, it's almost as if the longing is just being translated into a want. Or
Totally. Absolutely.
It just like,
yep.
The self kind of like appropriates it and then just turns it into an object that I can
Totally.
get.
Totally.
Yeah. Because you can't, like, I mean, like, if it's...
But you can't not do that.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Because not doing that's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I've tried a lot.
Join the club.
But it's like, I mean, if it's just already freedom, it's just, that's the end of the story, I guess. Like,
totally. It's not actually it's not in the sense, it's not the end of the story. It's the revelation there never was one.
Yeah.
This was never connected. There's nothing for it to be connected to. It's just simply all there is. That's all there is all there is. There's no story.
Yeah, there's just absolutely nowhere to go.
No. Well, no one to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Because really the power of the message is that there's no one.
Yeah, okay. What's the difference between what I said, nowhere to go and no one to go?
Nowhere to go sounds like a static sort of state, or that there's no movement or something. It just sounds like it wasn't quite on target. It really is that there's no one. That there's no one, there's no center to the experience. There's no knowing center to the happening.
Okay.
Going happens, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
But no one goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and just going back to this wanting thing, or a few like a little while ago, I got surgery, and then they got me like general anesthesia, you know.
Yeah.
And I just can't remember a thing really. I just, you know, woke up a few hours later and just nothing. And then I just, you know, it's kind of like oblivion. And in a way, like I thought, well, you know, what if this is what I wanted? You know, it's just oblivion.
Yeah.
Like, but imagining that this, like, it was kind of nothing.
But it wasn't oblivion, was it? Because all it is a memory.
Yeah, because I came back after. Yeah. But like, imagine if I didn't.
But you didn't come back.
No.
Well, no, but I mean, there wasn't actually oblivion. That's just a memory. This doesn't, in that sense, have a true, real continuum. That's the dream, that there was a before the oblivion, then the oblivion, and then the after oblivion as a continuum experience. That's the illusion. That's the dream. Right. There's just what is. That appears as what you can't remember, but it's this, appearing as that.
Just, yeah, as a thought, you mean?
It's just a thought.
Okay.
A memory, a happening.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Igor. Hi, Igor.
Hi.
Hi.
So when you were talking, like answering to the previous question, and you were describing that there is like only a memory and no time, basically, I just figured out that it's like really useless because like, okay, like I can't really work with, like I was literally thinking that I can't really work with it because, okay, if there is only a memory of oblivion, but then how can I work with it to prevent oblivion in the future?
Totally.
So it's
Totally.
like,
No, it's all useless. It's all completely useless.
yeah, and it's fun because it requires like a lot of bravery, I think, because like, okay, whatever. I mean, okay,
oh, to go into
controlling.
oblivion. Right.
Yeah.
Bravery. Yeah. No, this isn't about being brave.
Okay.
It's about that there's no you.
But so when you say that there's no experience,
Yeah.
it sounds like an oblivion or like an anesthesia.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but what do you actually mean by an experience?
That experience is that there's someone having an experience.
But there are still sounds and
yeah, there's still what's happening, but not for anyone.
So can it be said that, like, if instead of experience you will say a memory?
No, there's still memory, but not for anyone.
But like still, when I'm thinking about that, I want to get some experience.
Yeah.
Usually, what I want to get is a memory of an experience.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So, but like when you say there's no experience,
yeah,
like because I'm thinking that memory of experience is not the same as an experience.
That's right.
And pretty much all I know is a memory of an experience. Really.
Yeah.
So this thing can be hold on to.
Yeah. But this can't be held on to.
Yes. So like all I can do with this thing is to remember it.
But that can't be held on to either. It's just new. Yeah, but every memory, every appearance, or all appearance is completely new.
Including a memory of previous
it's the completely new appearing as the memory of the past. But it can't be held on to.
How do you see it? Do you see it like discretely, like world just flickering in and out?
Yeah, but no flicker.
How? I don't get it.
No, there's no flicker.
But is there like, I don't know. So is there like a period with which world
you couldn't describe it. It's so different than what's happening, and it's so similar to what's happening. It's impossible. There's no one looking.
Okay.
And there's just no one looking. There's no one hearing. Everything's the same. It's just not happening for anyone. It's actually very simple and ordinary.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Igor. Hey, Gabor.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, thanks. You?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm lightweight.
Lightweight? You look anything but lightweight.
I mean, you know, the character is lightweight.
Ah, right. Got it. Yeah.
I think. I just, maybe you remember what we have talked about in the morning. I just ask you, we are only devices like phones, we sensing, see and hear.
Yeah, functions, yeah.
Functions. And I just want to use an analogy to check it. I think I totally get it. I just want to make a double check or something.
Yeah.
So there is an analogy here. If we build, as we did, a computer and as a robot, which has a camera and has a computer as a brain,
yeah,
which has a database as a memory, and that robot has a camera and observing everything. That observation is exactly the same what the human body has. So no more.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that, do we?
Sorry?
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
No. No.
Yeah,
but I know what you're saying. And no, the body isn't a robot.
Just meat robot.
Me is a robot, yeah.
No,
but
meat.
The body...
I mean, it's just not made of steel, made of meat.
Oh, meat robot. Yeah, but it's more profound than that, the body. It's just aliveness in a different way than a computer seems to be.
Mm-hmm. So So you are saying that there is some kind of difference?
Yeah, between this body and a computer, yeah, I'm saying there's an apparent difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, that was all. I just
all right.
Checking. Thanks.
Thanks. Hey, Kathy. Wait, hold on. You got to unmute.
I got it. Okay.
All right, good.
Yeah. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, man.
I was listening earlier this morning, and this one fellow was talking about a glimpse, and he said something like, I lost everything. There was no ownership. I had nothing, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then I remembered again from the 60s, this wonderful song, Janis Joplin.
Yeah, Nothing Left to Lose.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And believe it or not, I heard the song earlier on
Yeah.
the radio. But I just thought, I said, there's no ownership. There's, whether it's the ownership of whatever, your car, your home, your child.
But it's that there's no one to own it. We're not talking about detachment or letting go.
Mm-hmm.
It's that there's no one to own it. So it's a little bit different than what Janice was talking about. There's no one left to lose it. Nothing left to lose. No one left to lose it. Yeah.
But I'm frightened then. Who takes responsibility?
Totally. I know.
For the mortgage and the
I know.
And the babies.
I know.
Who takes responsibility?
I know.
To me, it's scary.
It's terrible. It is. It's horrible. But I'll tell you a secret.
Yeah.
There never was anyone who took responsibility. It's in a dream.
Wow. I just, because it's I and me, and it's the dream. Yeah. Go there.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. Well, you don't have to worry about it. You'll never go there.
I don't, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Just mind-boggling to me. Totally mind-boggling. Yeah. Just waiting for that glimpse.
Yeah. You'll wait forever.
Darn it.
It's like being on the direct path. Takes forever.
Oh.
There's no path.
I'm just going to die. That's it.
Yeah, well, not really, because you aren't already.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. So, Ethan. Hey, Ethan.
Hi. Yeah, sorry to ask another question, but
that's all right.
One thing I'm having, a very hard time comprehending is, what exactly do you mean by unconditional love, and what does it have to do with a message like this?
Yeah.
Right? Because, at least from a scientific perspective, love is just this, thing that occurs due to chemical interactions in the brain between two different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And if there is no subject, what does,
well, don't forget, love be? Don't forget, I said unconditional, right? Yeah. So it's not like personal love. It's unconditional. And the unconditional bit is actually the love bit. And it's that this just simply by being is unconditional love. Whatever arises, just simply because it's arising, is unconditional love. So it's not a love to be understood.
I guess it's my question.
Oh, right. No, it's not. Well, I almost got you, didn't I? I said it's not a love to be understood.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And it's the worst thing you can think of and the best thing you can think of. That's both unconditional love.
The worst thing that I could think of
Absolutely is also included. Yeah. It's all inclusive. That's sort of the point of the word unconditional love. It's all inclusive love. Not a feeling, though.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Ethan. Hey, Victoria.
Hey, Jim. I just want to say hi.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. And it just came to my mind. What about the cats? The small.
Yeah.
How many small cats do you have?
Oh, that's very sweet. We actually don't know what happened. There are no new kitties. We don't know what happened. We're not sure if she's still pregnant.
Oh my God.
I know. It's very strange. I don't know.
Okay. Just that's all. Okay. Thank you so much.
You reduce it to the important questions. Thanks,
This
Victoria.
is the most important. Thank you.
I'll tell Lilith you asked about her.
Okay.
Hi, Jim.
William. Hi, William.
So there's no experience there of time passing by.
Well, of course, there's not an experience, but there's apparent time passing by.
What's the difference? Because we've been sat in this meeting now for just over 45 minutes.
And that's this appearing as 45 minutes. So if there's a me, it will put together the whole time frame called my story of how I understand what's happening to me, because it matters. When there's no me, there's 45 minutes. What might feel this way or that way or whatever. It just is. It's just what's arising or what seems to be happening, but not for anyone.
I'll tell you the reason I asked the question actually is because when I watch you in this meeting and in previous meetings, or even if it's like an online weekend retreat that goes on over 2 days, you're constantly looking relaxed and like energized, like you're not laboring through it.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like I'm laboring through listening to this.
Yeah. But that's just what's happening. That's the perception that there's no labor here and there's labor there. That's what's happening. It doesn't mean anything. Nothing does. It's only in a story that there's that the difference has a meaning or matters. It doesn't matter. It's just what's happening.
But there is an apparent difference when there's a sense of someone there and there isn't a sense of someone there. The me kind of feels like because it's doing things.
But there's not an apparent difference for anyone. So it's not like a knowable difference.
There's not an apparent difference for someone.
Yeah.
So
it's the same as 45 minutes, or it's the same as this not laboring and that laboring. It's just what seems to be happening. It doesn't mean anything.
I'd like to be not laboring.
Well, that's the dream of me, isn't it? That's the dream of me. I'm dissatisfied. I need a better experience. That's the dream.
So
and all I can say is, welcome home. There's no better experience, not one that lasts, not a fulfilling one. There's just what is, and it's already free.
Jim, I don't want to offend you, but when you said welcome home, I wanted to say fuck off.
I know. But that's an appropriate response, actually. For you to be suffering and I say, oh, welcome home. Yeah. William.
Jim, what I wanted to ask you was,
Yeah.
my mind's just gone blank now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said me talking about I want to be not laboring, and that's the me looking for better experience. So me going, oh, it'll be great when there's no more seeking. It'll be great when there's no more seeking.
Totally. The dream of no me. Won't it be great when there's no me? When I find no me. That's what I'm looking for. That's the new thing I'm looking for. No me. I've got really bad news for you. There's no me.
But the thing is, if I said to you, obviously you wouldn't say you're liberated. If I said there seems to be liberation there in terms of compared to what it was like before in the story when there was Jim trying hard.
Yeah, but that's just still disappearing as that. There never was a real Jim trying anything really hard. That's just part of a dream.
Okay.
Just like there's no William, unless there's somebody claiming to be a William.
It feels like there's a William trying very hard, and yeah.
Yeah. But
Like,
that's just what's happening. It's not a William.
How can I get you? Like, do you know what I mean?
Get me?
No, like I'm trying to ask questions, and
There's nothing to get. I think that's pretty much what you're running into. What's truly desired is what is already, and you're trying to find something else. And the message, the conversation is about what's truly desired. It's not anywhere else. There's nowhere to get it. But because it's already, there's nowhere to lose it either. It's a dream. That this isn't free, that what's happening there isn't freedom happening, is a dream.
So the seeking and the effort and the laboring here that feels like stressful and exhausting is freedom, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That I can't. Okay.
No, well, we're going around in a circle. I can't get that. No one gets it. Yep. It's freedom.
So what would change if my fantasies came true of becoming liberated?
Oh, but it wouldn't fulfill any of your fantasies.
How? Because the me's fantasy is about it being there, having the freedom.
It's about getting something. And we keep finding out as we're discussing this, that there isn't anything to get. But not for the reason that the me thinks. There isn't actually anything lost. So this doesn't actually need to be another appearance. That's just the dream of me.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
All right. Thanks, man. Hey, Jory.
Hey. Hi, Jim.
Hey.
I've been thinking about how if I'm understanding this right, that you are talking about that the sense of self is an illusion. Is right?
Yep.
So I've been thinking about that and thinking that for me, it would be better to call it a fantasy.
Okay.
Because I think about like a rainbow is like an illusion in a certain kind of a way, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, not really. It's an appearance, isn't it? Because it's refracted light.
Right. But it's not like I'm not fantasizing like or dreaming that there's a rainbow when I see a rainbow.
No, but you're dreaming that you see the rainbow.
I'm dreaming that I see the rainbow.
Yeah, that there's a real seer. That's the dream.
Okay, yeah.
That's the illusion.
I kind of want to say that it's a fantasy, and in a way it's like a collective fantasy.
No.
Wait, hold on. No. But what I want to say is that hold on. That all of people have this belief that there's a self, and
No,
sort of
no, you can't say that.
I can't even say that.
No. What you're doing is, it's a story that me loves to tell itself. It says there's a we, so it doesn't feel so alone, because the experience of I am is absolute aloneness.
Yeah.
It's the most alone you can be. I am. Because you never know anyone else. All you know is you. But like really, 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 that's true. Everything that's happening is really just the experience of I am. Seeing a tree, seeing a rainbow, having a conversation. It's just all filtered through or experienced by I am. So none of it's actually seen for what it is. Unconditional freedom.
Yeah. You're kind of like, man, you're kind of meeting me you're beating me on the to the pass.
Oh man.
So I guess like what I wanted to say was that it seems like it's a fantasy that it's a fantasy that I believe that there is.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. You see, you think there's someone there having the fantasy, and that when that fantasy leaves, there'll be someone there that knows that. And that's what I'm saying. There isn't anyone there to know it.
No, I'm saying that it's a fantasy that there's an observer that is.
Yeah, but that's not deep enough. It's not just the experience. It's not just the experience of an observer. It's the fundamental experience that there's a center to the appearance, that there's a real center that holds it all together, that knows it all, to which it all happens.
But why call that an illusion? Why not?
Well, an illusion, if you look it up in the dictionary, there's two words. One of them is illusion, one of them is delusion. Delusion has no physical representation. So you couldn't actually call the experience of separation a delusion, because it does have physical representation as the contraction or the tension in the body out of which the I am arises. And the illusion is the completely unreal experience that arises out of a physical representation, which is the contracted energy. So there is a contraction, which there's a computer and there's a word, there's just what's happening, which is neither real nor unreal, or real and unreal. And out of that arises the center experience that seems to know it all, put it all together, my story. That's the illusion. I think the word's pretty good, actually.
See, I was thinking like it wasn't a good word, because the reason why was because, like, with that rainbow thing, it's like, oh, well, there really is something there, that amounts to my experience.
No, there isn't. My experience is an illusion.
My experience is an illusion.
Yeah.
My experience is an illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, work that out.
So are we having like a semantic sort of?
I don't actually think so. I think you think that there's a center that will know when the fantasy has fallen away. And the suggestion is there is no center. That's an illusion.
Well, what I'm thinking is that it's almost like reality is full of a bunch of holes.
Exactly. That's your fantasy. And there's just what's happening. There are no holes.
There are no holes. Because I was thinking that fantasy is how we fill in the holes.
Totally. There are no holes.
There are no holes?
No.
But then what about like this being both real and unreal?
Where's the hole in that?
Well, because if there's a bunch of holes, then it's sort of like this loose fabric.
No.
And it doesn't seem very real because it's...
No. It's not unreal in that sense. It's real and unreal simultaneously. It is and it isn't simultaneously. It's no thing appearing simultaneously. So the computer screen is no thing computer screening. There's no hole. It's just not conceivable. It's not understandable.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well done. Gold star for you.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm completely flummoxed, which good, I suppose. Because yeah, I mean, it's sort of like what you're saying is, God, I'm trying to make fucking, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sense out of this, and you're saying stop making sense.
No, I'm not telling you to stop making sense. I'm saying it doesn't. And that the need to make sense is part of an illusory experience that something's really happening, or that I am real, or there's a center nowhere to the appearance. That's something. And as long as that's happening, the need to make sense will happen.
Okay. All right. I have one other question. Which is that just in kind of, thinking about all this stuff, because I can't help thinking about this stuff. Sometimes it feels sort of like it bends into kind of a nihilist experience.
That's the second time today. That's funny. Somebody asked that this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like what the thing is that I'm wondering, that's more like, it's like an empty self rather than no self.
Right. Well, totally. It's a self, it's an emptiness that I can understand, which is nihilism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not what we're talking about. There isn't a self that's hopeless. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Self.
Right. Because there's no self. Yeah. But it's like, what do you do when you start?
That's exactly where the nihilistic experience comes from, is what do I do with this message? Having the experience that it's actually something to understand and apply, looking for a better experience. And that's not what this message is about. This message is really not about you. It's really that there isn't a you. There's only freedom. And that's this.
And every time I try to make it into something, I end up making it into something that.
Well, it's not a thing.
Yeah,
the message non-dualism is not a thing.
It's not a thing.
There are no real things, actually. It's all no thinging. It's an appearance.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just when I hear that, I just think that there's just a river of all there is just like
there's wildness.
There's just this going on.
Totally.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
All right. Well,
I
don't know. No, I like this. It's I feel energized.
Oh.
So good.
All right. Thanks, George.
All right. Good to see you. Okay. Bye.
Hey, Arif. There you are.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Yeah, it feels like a long time, really.
I know it does. Where have you been?
I've been around anyway. I mean, but I guess you've been enjoying some nice retreats and programs like that.
Yeah.
And did it go well, the retreat that
beautiful.
You had?
I mean, I'm not going to be arrogant, but it was the nicest retreat I've ever been on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It was lovely. It was truly lovely.
Yeah, fortunately missed it. Yeah, I mean, there's been news coming out of the United States. I hope your family or loved ones are completely safe. I mean, stuff like hurricanes, stuff that's happening.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good on them. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. These summer months have been very interesting. I mean, I think over the past months when we've been speaking, I've been always telling you about the sensation of going in and out.
Yes.
There is no real accountability of what's going in and out. Like, there's just action. or there's just, perceiving, seeing, or doing that happens. And then there are moments when a sort of apprehension comes in. Like if there are many tasks to be done at the same time, there's a planning that comes in. There is a sort of, I don't want to call it anxiety.
But
like,
that's also what it is.
How's this going to be?
The message isn't about getting rid of anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. But the thing is, in those times, there is an acute awareness of, I need to do something. I need to prepare. So, yeah, that's kind of strange. I mean, it's in those times, which of course happen many times a day, that this intense sense of like the self pops back.
Oh, totally, because I want to avoid things. If everything's going well, then I don't sense myself as much as when things aren't going well, and then I don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's doing it on its own, it looks like.
Yeah, it all happens on its own. Nobody does any of it.
Yeah. It's quite kind of bizarre and wonderful at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
And, well, I don't know. I don't know if I should ask you to wish me luck, because I don't know if you're there nor if I'm here, but
good luck, Arif.
I don't think it matters. Thanks, man. Thanks anyway. So, I mean, like, keep doing what you do, and I love you a lot. And
I love you too, man.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I mean, you did say that you don't know about the place that you were sort of having in the 19th district is not there anytime.
No, we gave it up. And I'm waiting for somebody to offer a place, and then we'll come.
That's great. I mean, I wish I could do, but ours is a tiny little flat.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't work in an apartment. No, it's fine. Yeah.
But that'd be a great idea. Ash is not here right now. That'd be a great idea. She'll be scared shitless.
Yeah.
I'm just playing the devil right now. But anyways, these things are happening. I'm not saying it's happening to me, but like I keep saying, it might be that I might call you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always this thought that I might, the need to call Jim, and sometimes it just goes away. But it seems like it's sort of coming close. So just giving a heads up.
Thanks.
But thank you very much, man. Take care. And
you, Arif. Bye for now.
Peace.
Zachary. Hey, Zachary.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to just address this. I guess it's definitely a fantasy. I can see that it is. But it's one that the spiritual culture that is very far and wide in the United States, in particular. I've met different teachers, and I know a lot of people, from what they've told me, have this belief of this idea of not transcendence, but ascension.
Oh, yeah.
That humankind is going through a big change on the earth, and eventually will enter a golden age.
Wonderful.
After we go through a lot of shit first.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
got to go through the shift first, because something's missing. Yeah. We got to get better. Once we're good enough.
and now it's like,
this can't be it. We have to get better.
Yeah, we have to get better, and then we are getting better.
Yeah, right.
Angels are helping us. And
we are getting
Palladians
better.
And
that's right.
UFOs are helping us, and I know a lot of people that really believe this.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah.
There's a big Boulder, Colorado. It's filled. with
I love Boulder. Are you in Boulder?
And so anyway, it's like. There's nothing. There's nothing happening really. And,
not really.
I mean, no idea.
All that is happening, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean anything.
Right. I get that. It doesn't mean anything.
So there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having the belief that Palladians are going to come and save you.
Right. And it's but you and Tony Parsons threw a wrench into the whole thing for me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Months.
It's not us actually; it's the message. But I hear you. I know
rug. Yeah, the message pulled the rug under all that.
Totally. Yeah, it'll do that.
So I don't know anything. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah,
and there's a freedom.
Yeah,
there's freedom in that. And
yeah, there is.
It's wonderful and totally new and different. So
yeah,
I just wanted to share that. And I bet a lot of people out here have had that same. If they're involved in spiritual culture around us, have had.
Oh, I am. The message is responsible for a lot of thrown away spiritual books. Piles of thrown away spiritual books. I've been told.
Oh, absolutely. It's just. So thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Hello, Johan.
Hey again.
Hey again.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if there's is there like any difference between, you know, like quote, like a serious question, like we have all those questions about trying to understand non-duality, and then there's this lady asking about the cat, and then there's laughter and jokes. Like it all seems like
none of it matters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. This meeting is unusual in one very specific way. It has no intention. We're actually not trying to get rid of a me. We're not actually trying to create anything or find anything. The message is there's nothing to create or to find. It is all already. That's all there is. And it's free.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So there's just conversation, there's talking.
Yeah, because there's like, I don't know, it seems like there's, I don't know how to say, like something else going on or something.
Yeah, it can be.
In those talks. Like, and it just doesn't even matter, like if it's, asking about like your cat or asking about, the meaning of life. Or...
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Just so you know, it is the most beautiful cat in the world. Just so that we're clear on that.
Of course she is.
Yeah. And that does matter. At least to Lilith it does. That's her name.
What's her name?
Lilith.
Oh yeah.
Is the first woman.
Oh, okay. That's from some myth or something.
It's the Bible.
Okay.
Lilith was the woman that wouldn't give dominion of herself to to Adam. She said, no, I'm not going to subjugate myself. So she was then cast out.
Yeah. It's very cat-like of her.
Yeah, totally. More power to her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, wait, like I wonder, like, there's so much laughter in those talks. Like there seems to be, I don't know if it's just like a release or something, but.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is sort of very funny, isn't it? That the whole effort, the whole need is somehow constantly being exposed as unnecessary. And there can be a real relief in that. And a humor.
Yeah.
At the Palladians and the spiritual ideas and all of that are all really a cover-up for me to find something else. And what's truly desired is already.
Yeah. So it's got to be funny in a way. Yeah.
It is a bit funny. Yeah, it can be. It can be terrifying and sad, but it can also be funny.
Yeah. It's like a little bit sometimes like you listen to like this blues singer and they're talking about the most horrible things.
Yeah.
But it's some sort of lighthearted song. You know?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, well, say hi to your cat for me.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell her Johan said hello.
Yeah. She probably won't care. All right. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Jason.
Hi. I'll try this again.
All right.
Question first. just my mind goes so blank whenever I talk to you. Unconditional love, unconditional freedom. Is there any difference?
Not really.
Because when I was describing what I understood as freedom, and you said, no, that's more like unconditional love.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like,
because unconditional love for me has something to do with that what is appears, whereas unconditional freedom isn't in that way a relationship. It just is everything. It's not, it has no, has it is all qualities. It contains all qualities.
So appearing or not appearing.
Totally. It has no, it just is it's just everything. There's just simply unconditional freedom or freedom.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I got that one. Okay.
Oh, good.
And when I was talking about the feeling of threat or burden, it wasn't as much about death as just the little things of going through the day and, you know,
but that is
fear
death.
of this or fear of that, interpersonal kind of stuff, or
but that is
making
death.
the wrong choice or doing something wrong or being insulted or just like this constant, like something could go wrong.
That is death.
That is death.
Yeah, that is those are just little deaths for me. The fear of loss of control, it's all the same sort of thing. Losing something.
Okay.
All fear is the fear of death.
Well, I don't know.
No.
I'll try it out. I'll see.
Wait, hold on. I'm not advocating death here. I'm just suggesting
no,
all
that's not
fear
what
is
I
the
meant.
fear of death. I don't know what you're going to be trying out here.
I meant like going through the day and seeing if that's true or not. You know, is that really true?
Yeah.
Oh, is this little insult or this little I made the wrong choice?
Yeah.
Like death or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
You can report back. Thanks, Jason.
I will.
Oh, you there?
Yeah. Sorry. Yep. Hello. I hear you.
Yeah. I may have a little glitch here. Anyway, yeah. So death is like, to me, it's like the death of knowing, right?
Yeah.
This whole world, the world of knowing, right?
Yeah.
And the death is really now what you're saying, and what I'm getting here through this message today is, you know, the death of the knower is the big thing, right?
Yeah.
You know,
well, big thing.
Yeah.
You know, when the knower when the knower collapses, one thing that's very what do you say, poignant about the collapse, it's not worth mentioning. It's so unimportant. It's only important to me when it thinks that something has to happen. The end of me isn't worth mentioning. There's no value in it at all.
Yeah, I can see where I'm wanting to put some value into something.
I always am looking for value.
Yeah.
Meaning. Yeah. Purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen the movie Lucy?
Oh, yeah. Is that the robot that then kills everybody?
No. This is Scarlett Johansson, and she gets these drugs that super energizes her brain.
Okay.
And it's kind of a violent film, but anyway, it's at the end, you know, she just like it goes to her, got Morgan Freeman, and anyway, whole brain capacity at the end, she just disappears and says, "I am everywhere." You know, this is what she says.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I am everywhere and nowhere. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's like everything and nothing. Everything is nothing. So everywhere.
No, but it's not.
Nowhere,
but that's the thing. It's not everything.
Everywhere.
It's not everything and nothing.
Okay.
is that
everything
nothing is everything or everything is no thing. It's the same thing. So there's nowhere else. It's all just boom. What is? And
Right.
what is isn't a thing.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
over before it begins. And it begins and it's over. It's just this.
So just in this moment right now of
There isn't a moment right now.
Okay.
No. Well, just for a moment right now would be a thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's not even a moment right now.
No. There's nowhere to be or not to be. There's just what is. The dream is that there's a center to the experience, that there's a knower, a knowing center to which it's happening to.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, what was that? What was I thinking?
What was that? What was that? Nothing, man.
What was I thinking?
Oh.
All right. Really think.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
gratitude.
Jim. Yeah.
Gratitude.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What's with gratitude?
It's just what happens.
It's just it's not a feeling? What is it? How is it? It's just I don't know. What is that?
What is it?
When
A response.
Yeah. It's a response which means nothing.
No. Well, it's gratitude.
It's just gratitude.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not for anything or for anyone.
Well, it might be a response to, hearing something. It's not to Jim, but to the message. There is a real gratitude about freedom.
Okay. Yeah, because I get the freedom. It's so great.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
If there's something to get about it.
Yeah, totally. That's what I meant. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I get it.
And the dream goes on. Yeah.
Now I get it. Oh my God. So sweet.
Good. Thanks, Jim.
Well, thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, William.
So I think it was Johan you were talking to earlier when you were saying about how there can be relief around listening to this.
Yeah.
And for me, as I've been speaking with people like you over the last year and a half, it seems to alternate between relief and then despair and relief and despair.
Yeah.
And after I spoke to you just now, I went into serious despair. What you were saying to me is that I'm running into the recognition that there's nothing to get.
Well, that was the conversation we were having.
Yeah.
I never realized there's nothing to get. Because I'll think that's something to get.
Right.
I'll always put it into my story. There's no choice about that.
Right. Yeah. So things nothing to get is
something to get. Totally.
A state of freedom.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly. It'll be something for me.
So, because of what I was going to ask about the despair is that when the me kind of can't get anywhere, but it's still spinning its wheels faster and faster and faster, but still just feels like it's not getting anything.
Yeah, that could very well be what's happening there.
I still think there's something to get with this message.
Yeah. That's just a function. I will apply this. I will try to use it to make something happen. I can't do anything but think that what's being said is an object separate from me that I could find or become. Jim has it and I don't. So therefore something has to happen here so that I can be like Jim. That's the dream.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking you're literally a mind reader.
I think that's just me. That's just what that experience of separation has. It's just, yeah.
This is bizarre. Because it is like okay, I know you might say there's not two things going on, but it feels like there's the two things going on. On the one hand, there's an energetic recognition, like, of course, but at the same time, the mind's going, what the hell is he on about? Like,
yeah,
he got somewhere I want to get, you know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much, Jim.
Thank you, William. Somebody has their hand up. Austin. Hey, Austin.
Hey, Jim.
Hey.
So I had a question. If I cannot get the message, how is the message received?
Well, there can be a resonance, or it can be heard, you could say, but it's just not heard by me. And you could sort of say it's like an unconceived sense of yes, or an unconceived sense of something like this. When I used to listen to it, it was like being home. There was something in me that knew it wasn't home, but listening to it, there was a sense of home. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, great. Thanks. Thanks, folks. Thanks for joining. Lovely to see you all. Take care.
Thank you.
Jim.
Bye.
Bye, Jim.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Be happy. Be well.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Jim.
Jim. Jim. Thanks, Jim. You're great.
Thanks for everything. Okay, bye.
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 Jim.
Bye bye, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
Thank you so much. Love
Bye,
you.
Jim. Great, Jim.
Take care.